Hello, today I'm going to review the Harman Kardon 730 Twin Power, and it is a device from 1976. The weight is 13.7 or 13.8 kilogram, and it's not the biggest, it's not top of the line. The top of the line is a 930, yeah, because this one is 2 times 40 watt channel, and the 930 is 2 times 48 watt channel. And well, I'm not sure, I never saw a 930 before, so I can't tell you what is that thing about, but I was very lucky to score this thing, because these things are, you don't see them often. Really, you don't see a Harman Kardon 730 often. And well, as you know, I love Marantz, I love Pioneer. I even like Yamaha, but not as much as I like Marantz or Pioneer. But this thing is something special. You know, this thing, a Harman Kardon from 1976. Well, you can see often on the second-hand market a Marantz, a Pioneer, a Yamaha, but a Harman Kardon 730 or a 930. You don't see that many on the second-hand market, and I'm not sure about the price. You know, I think they are undervalued. Because a 730, yes, but have a equal power as a 2238. Well, is cheaper. It's cheaper than a 2238, but it is a dual mono setup. So I'm not sure why they are cheaper, because the sound is very nice. The building quality is very nice, because this is not that wood, this is just metal but with a sort of plastic hard finish, but very hard and strong finish. This thing will not damage quickly. You heard that sound? That's from the plastic, yes, and it is very strong looking, very strong looking. And I see I did some damage here. I'm not sure how that came here. It wasn't before that, but I cleaned the thing. I cleaned the thing behind the faceplate. I placed some two bulbs, and I cleaned all these spots. Because they were very dirty, all of these switches, but all of them are clean now. And as you can see how I play it, I don't even have the bass and treble in the middle. I don't have it in the middle because these receivers, they go so deep, so low, and my speakers are, going very low, and the combination is not really to play this thing neutral. If I play this thing neutral, the sound is beautiful, man. The sound is beautiful. Well, you know, the reason why I'm going to sell this thing, because first I thought, well, I'm going to keep this thing, but the reason why I'm going to sell this thing, and I'm not sure why I just find that out, because I use the thing often, you know, but the thing doesn't have a speaker relay control or a speaker relay, so a protection circuit or a protection for your speakers, you know, because watch this. So the thing doesn't have a speaker relay, and that means this thing is 40 years old. It's exactly 41 years old. So, and it is still original from the inside. So, if something breaks down, what can damage my speakers, then I will blow up my expensive speakers. And if you play this thing over cheap speakers, 50 euro speakers or 100 euro speakers, and those speakers blow up, well, it's never a nice thing. But if you spend this thing on 300 or 400 euro speakers, well, you will cry. And that's the reason I will sell this thing, because well, I'm spinning it now for 2 days, non-stop in my house for 2 days, and I just love this sound. I love this sound. Really, I love this sound. It's a very pleasant sound. If you never heard a Harman Kardon 730 before, and you hook this thing up, and you have a good one, yes, and you hook this thing up, you will be surprised, because you will think, well, this thing is sounding like a 2 times 150 watt. This is such a beautiful sound, and it is strong, so strong, deep, heavy basses, you know, just, it is an incredible sound, and that's why this is the only receiver or amplifier I have to turn back the bass and a little bit the treble, because I never do that with not one amplifier or receiver. So it even have as you can see it, the loudness, they call it contour loudness, but I'm not sure why you would need that loudness when even when you play this thing just very soft, you hear that bass. This is very soft. So why would you need bass when you already heard that bass when it is on neutral and it is playing soft, you know? It is the first time when I say, well, in this amplifier or receiver, that loudness is not necessary. It is not necessary at all. This thing have 2 speaker connections, so speaker 1, speaker 2. This is tape monitor 2, a low cut, a high cut, and mono stereo. Yeah, and these knobs feel very sturdy, as you can see, mono stereo. They feel very strong, very sturdy. Very nice feeling, these knobs. Yeah, what I don't like is that they normally in an amplifier, when you are in the middle, you feel that click when you are in the middle. This amplifier doesn't have a click in the middle, not in the bass, not in the treble, not in the balance. Yes, this is the selector switch, and it have phono 1, it have phono 2, so it have 2 phono connections, as you can see. Yeah, beautiful, huh? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And well, the thing looks simple. It looks simple from the outside. It looks simple, but it isn't. It is. If you watch my cleaning movie, yes, my cleaning movie from this device, you can see how the inside is, and it is very nice to see the inside also. And I think the building quality is equal or even better than a Marantz 2238B, for example. Yes, that one have the same power as this one. This one have, I think it is, the building quality is better. Yes, it is, I think, stronger. Yes, stronger build, more I'm not sure how once you have this thing in your house, in your hands, then you will know, and you know, or you also have a Marantz 2238, then you know exactly what I mean. Yeah, his sound is just fantastic. Unbelievable, beautiful. And it is connected just by a wire, so the tuner. And listen to this tuner.
Er zijn vannacht 2 mensen gewond.
Ik ben Marga Vermeulen.
Er is een dame hier verdrietig geworden.
Niet op zoek naar een serieuze relatie.
Was snel onder controle en wist te voorkomen dat ook andere huizen.
Well, this is my second Harman Kardon. Yes, I had another Harman Kardon. That one was a much newer Harman Kardon from 1990, I think. That one was a receiver of 2 times 50 watt, I think. But well, this thing sounds much better than that Harman Kardon, yes. And that's why I'm telling you, Harman Kardon is a rare thing. Rare thing. I had plenty or many Marantzes, and I also had plenty Pioneers. You know, I had a few Yamahas, but this is my first, my first vintage Harman Kardon, and that's why I always thought, well, I will never sell this thing, you know, because why would I, you know? I didn't pay much for the thing, so, but yeah.
Vermoedelijk was er eerst een vechtpartij.
Let me see how this thing sounds on my tablet.
Wordt de Golden Gun uit de jaren 70. Wordt u...
Y me dijo sonriendo.
so this was a little bit Spanish bachata from the Dominican Republic, and well, I just love bachata, and I also love dancing bachata. Not lately, but I dance it a lot. Yes, and well, I hope you don't mind it is Spanish, because well, you know, I also have Spanish viewers, so I have to spend some bachata, some salsa, some merengue once in a while, you know. And as you heard, this sound from this Harman Kardon, this strong Harman Kardon, is really something special, and especially with this bachata. This is when I put some extra, well, not extra, but I just place it a little bit louder. I'm not sure. I don't think I can play this thing on 10 past, well, 10 to 12, 10 past 12 is impossible. I cannot play this thing in my house 10 to 12, believe me. It is too much. Let me see. Oh no, it's too much. I think the maximum is a quarter. No, the maximum is between a quarter and 10 past, or 10 to 12. Yes, between a quarter and 10 to 12. That's the maximum I can play it in my house, in my living room. So strong is this 2 times 40 watt amplifier. It really sounds like a 2 times 100 watt amplifier, really. Well, if you find this thing on your pot, yes, and I think they are undervalued, yes, they are undervalued. They are cheaper than a 2238, but if you can find one for below 150 euro or 150 US dollar, and it is looking still great, and just check out these switches. Check out these switches and the on and off knob. If it is not clicking when you push it in, and check these switches if they are okay. But if they are dirty, yeah, of course you can take something from the price off if they are dirty, yes, because you can always clean them yourself, yes. But watch this on and off knob also, and because I think when you will find one what isn't serviced, all these switches will be dirty, yes, and well, that's the reason to take something from the money off, you know, from the price off. And but if you can find one below 150, you will not regret it. Well, thanks for watching. Put those thumbs up if you like this review, and for now I say bye bye.